welcome to what we're calling Vintage Mego. I thought it'd be prudent to start with a bit of an introduction piece, exactly why we're doing this. I've been enjoying myself quite regularly doing the Mint Off Cards series, which is talking about the new stuff. And every once in a while, I put together what is called a history of Mego shorts for the Mego Museum, and they're really nice productions with great narration. But my heart is always going to be into vintage stuff, and I thought I would do something more regular, which is just talk about a particular toy and its history and that sort of thing, because honestly, that's what I still like doing. I've been doing this on the Mego Museum for about 20 years. The museum itself is over 23 years old, and we have a lot of history packed in there. One of the reasons that I keep doing this, and a lot of others keep doing it, is we keep finding things and discovering things and having fun with the minutiae of Mego. It's never ending, and I can't believe I'm nearly 50, and I'm still discovering stuff. Last week we found something. So I thought it would be really interesting to go over some of the neater things that are buried in the dusty galleries of the Mego Museum, and we can bring some new life to them. So, having said that, I'm going to begin on the first adventure by talking about my Gateway Mego. My Gateway Mego happened to me when I was 14. I had started to collect stuff from the old Space 1999 TV series a year earlier. I found a book in a grocery store that kind of reignited it. I still have it, and I'll put it up there. That set me on a spree of looking for the comics, and then looking for the model kits, and eventually I started looking for toys. Resources to find such things in my town weren't really there, but I did see an ad in Starlog suggesting this guy has old toys, and I sent away for his catalog, and he had this listing that for Space 1999 action figures by a company called Palitoy. I'd never heard of Palitoy, and I'd never heard of these action figures, and they were different characters than the ones Mattel in the U.S. released. Eventually, I kind of worked a trade together with this guy for some model kits, because I couldn't afford the figures. And I sent away for I got a trade for the cheapest one, which was Captain Xantor from the planet Calidor. I knew who the character was. It was played by Christopher Lee, and he was an alien, so I thought that was a cool starter piece. And I'll honestly never forget the day it came in, because it was waiting on the steps when I got home from high school. And I opened the box while I wasn't even inside the house yet. And I was blown away that it was a Mego. You know, I knew what Mego was as a kid. My dad sold them. And I just remember going in my head going, what else is out there that I don't know Mego made? And I haven't stopped since. So I'm very beholden to Captain Xantor. I actually own two different Captain Xantor figures because there's a variant. And I'm not usually big on the variations, but I had to have blonde-haired Captain Xantor versus white-haired Captain Xantor. If I had to guess, I'd say that the blonde-haired one came first, and then they did a course correct, but I could be wrong on that one. There's also a little controversy. A lot of people seem to think that that's not a Christopher Lee likeness, and it's William Shatner. I used to think that too, except when you actually look at the Shatner sculpt, it's smirking, and Captain Xantor is much more stoic looking. So maybe it's an early rejected Kirk sculpt. I don't know. But the rest of the Space 1999 crew resemble the characters, so I'm assuming this is probably just not a great likeness of Christopher Lee. So this is the Gateway Mego figure. This is the one that turned me into a full-time Mego collector. I switched gears, and that's all I was into, and it hasn't really stopped since. So I want to share with you my journey and some of the cool stuff I've picked up. I'm also going to go to other people's houses and look at some of their cool stuff. This will be an ongoing bi-weekly series for the next year, and hopefully we can really kind of create some fun Mego content. Until then, I'd love to know your feedback or suggestions for episodes. Also, tell me what your Gateway Mego is. What's the thing that turned you into a collector? Drop me a line on the YouTube comments. Hit us up at Mego Museum on Twitter, or, of course, on our Facebook page. And we have a forum, too, at megomuseum.com, and it's still a busy forum, so I hope to hear from you. Until next time, take care, and thank you for watching.